So
Yeah,
actually, first thing I'd like to ask you about how there was a sedition case slapped against individuals who spoke up
yeah,
against the rising lynching incidents in the country. Um,
yeah.
how do you respond to this, sir?
I mean, I think the magistrate who accepted that case is the one who should be first asked very serious questions.
Okay.
I don't know how that was even accepted because it was very obvious from the word go that this is a ridiculous case. This is more, nuisance value,
Mm.
and the fact that people think that they can put such cases says something about how people are thinking today. Therefore, I would like to actually ask questions of the magistrate who accepted this.
Okay. Now, this RSS Mohan Bhagwat has told that lynching is a Western construct that is being used to defame India.
Well, there can't be a more um, insensitive, inhuman um, attempt than this in the wake of all the deaths that have happened because of lynching. To call lynching some non-Indian construction is like almost saying that such a thing does not exist in this country. Mr. Bhagwat is not blind, so he's purposely trying to create a narrative and almost negate the truth that people are being lynched. To be more specific, people from the Dalit community and people from the Islamic community have been lynched in this country. And to use such a convoluted, ugly argument that the word lynched is some Western concept that is being used to defame India, I think we should be more worried that this is the kind of India we live in, where lynching happens, where when lynching happens, people say lynching is not part of our culture. That is what I would be so much more worried about, and that is what should concern me, not images or these, absolute lies and wrong constructions to confuse and manipulate people. Individuals like Mr. Bhagwat constantly. This is not the first time he makes statements like this. He constantly makes some statements like this. And these have to be condemned, and these have to be challenged and questioned immediately.
So this next thing is something I think we discussed even during the beginning of the Kashmir issue, about how the space for expressing dissent is constantly shrinking, though there are more and more mediums to actually express yourself. So how concerning is this, sir? Especially when it is just meaningful activism we're talking about.
That's the whole point, Many people will argue that you have so many platforms, you're able to say so many things. What are you saying that people are not able to ask questions? I mean, that is the whole dangerous direction that we are taking. That you may have 100 places to say things, but the fact is, if you're going to think twice about expressing yourself, if the idea of critiquing something is going to be erased from our mindscape, if fear is going to be brought into the way we think, we feel, we want to express, then you're creating a society that you want to be just silent and accepting and get coerced to anything that the majoritarian community or the majority-driven government of ours, which is today, wants to push down our throat. And that is the environment we seem to be living in, that you have to think twice before you say something. And, we are again talking about people. You're asking this question of a person of great privilege. What about people? That is what we should keep thinking about in this juncture. What about the people in the margins? Can they express themselves with confidence that nothing will happen to them? Can they be not fearful of their life? Can they be sure they won't be lynched? Can they be sure tomorrow they won't be stopped at the street corner and bullied by a group of goons? No, the truth is no. The truth is violence has become normalized to a large extent. I'm talking about all kinds of violence, and violence is physical and non-physical too. That's also violence. And all this has been normalized to the extent that many people are saying, why should we even get involved and talk about these things? We will just accept things as they are. So the people who are speaking many of the times are people of privilege who can afford to do it. So don't make us to be some great individuals who have the courage or have the gumption to ask questions. No, we're just privileged people who are in a position where we can ask the questions. Let the fact that we are asking questions make people think of those who are unable to ask questions, and that is a very, very large number of people.